the first full rotation, so.
Oh my god, yeah, this is the first rotation! Yes! Hi everybody and welcome to Tomkatsu. We are your three weirdos on the internet and we've done our first loop of hosts. So I am your first host you ever had, Keza Henshin.
I'm Beard Coast. It's been so long I actually got to grow a beard.
Oh, I was gonna say, I see the stash. I see the stash today, and the
stash.
The stash and the beard. I don't have one, so I don't know.
I've always wanted to grow a beard, like ever since I was a kid. But now that I'm an adult with adult decisions, I decided to finally grow it out.
Fair. And our other host.
I'm Beard GGB. Mine's not as defined as Marcus, but it is there, kind of.
Do I have to grow a beard to be involved in this?
No.
Beard Henshin.
Don't do it.
Beard Henshin. Wait. There you go.
Here you go.
I got a longer beard than any of you. Yours got Pokemon on them. Anyway, for today's subject, we're going to be talking about the gripes and love of Toku. But before we do that, we have our usual Toku news.
There's like no news this week because Superhero Time took last week off. I guess the biggest news is there's a VTuber in the Gates movie, if that's something you're interested in.
Yay!
But that's actually pretty cool. But the other thing that was pretty big.
Should we just watch it, I guess?
Yeah, we can just watch it and then talk about it. And we can just watch it and then...
Yeah. Ooh, it is jittery for me, but that's fine.
That's hard.
Yes.
I kind of look the look of it. It's really colorful, and I think it looks pretty.
I love the look of it.
The animation as well.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me think that it's very quippy. Overall, I think it's very quippy.
Oh no, I think we're gonna get into that.
It's a baby.
She thinks you are her mother.
You are a mother.
Hi. Oh, crap. Come to, Daddy. Oh.
What?
Stop there, beast.
That's it.
What do we think about that?
I like it.
Yeah?
It was very good.
I think it looks really sweet. And yeah. They were very quippy.
I'm really excited for this actually.
Yeah?
Like just the animation is it looks so good. Like I really since we got that first preview shot it was like a week ago or something, I think. I was like, this looks pretty good. And then after seeing like more of it in the trailer, like the one thing that stands out to me is they have the pupils move. The eyes, which they always like imply a pupil with an Ultraman, but they can never have it move. So it's really cool we can actually have it move about. And then it's just kind of cool to also like have some of the anime tropes or something with like animation, like they have an impact frame when he hits the monster. And I think there's another shot in the trailer or somewhere where when he goes to punch as Ultraman, there's like a quick frame of human going to punch, and then it's just continues Ultraman punch, and that's like a really cool like stylistic thing.
Hello. But yeah, no, I think it looks really nice. The other Ultraman Netflix series wasn't animated like that, was it? It was different.
Not like that. It was 3D CG.
That was it. It was CGI'd.
Actually, this is also 3D CG.
But the animation is different. You know what we mean?
Yeah, there's an artistic stylistic choice here. Well, I guess real quick, funny story. It was like 2 days ago when this trailer dropped, and I watched it on Twitter, and then I retweeted, "We'll be there" because I thought it was really good. I really, really liked it. I don't think I had like any issue, and then I logged off for the day, and then when I went back on like later at night, I saw this whole Discord going on about how Ultraman should be, and I was like, "What did I miss? I was working. Why aren't you guys at your jobs?"
Don't you have a life?
At your jobs.
I think
Yeah,
that
I
it's
don't
that
know.
argument of is it tokusatsu as well? Because obviously people say that tokusatsu has to be Japanese, it has to be live action to be counted as tokusatsu or Ultraman. So people are complaining how the anime Futopi isn't even tokusatsu, it's anime. So it could be
True.
like, is that what they're arguing about? Saying like, oh, it's not technically
No.
Toku anymore.
Not at all.
No?
Not
What
at
did
all.
I miss
No.
then? What were they complaining
Well,
You want to
about?
explain it?
First off, this is not tokusatsu because it's animated. Right off the bat, Futopia is not tokusatsu because it's
Okay.
animated.
I thought that was the argument. Okay.
The,
What is it then?
the main discourse was that this Ultraman is like too different. He talks, he quips, and shout out to Mako and other Ultraman fans who point out that Ultraman has talked before, both in live action and in the CG cartoon. But Ultra Galaxy Fight is a show where there's only Ultramen and they only talk. You know, like that. That's crazy. And there was a lot of quote retweets on like, I don't like how this Ultraman talks a lot, or how he's more than just grunts, or that the people can actually understand what he's saying. But that's happened before. Like Ultraman Orb Dark, his whole thing is being like, these Ultramen are different nowadays because they talk too much, because they quip too much. And so it's kind of crazy that people even argue that this Ultraman isn't Ultraman enough, when Ultraman can literally be anything Subaraya Productions wants him to be. Even if they talk,
Mhm.
even if people can understand them. That has happened before, both in Showa Heisei and New Gen.
And breathe. So when I said, oh, it's full of quips, that was already striking a nerve with you. By the way, when I
what
say there
people
was full
don't
of
like.
quips, I wasn't complaining. I was just stating a fact that this one is very quippy. I was just stating a fact.
Yeah,
Please.
people are very,
Yeah.
people are very. He says like one line, and people are like, "Ultraman does not make jokes," and it's like, he just.
He is not
I-
funny.
I think
It's
it's
not
crazy
funny.
that this is probably gonna go off the rails for like this really quick trailer. But I
That's
think it's
alright.
crazy that there's like this certain perception people have of certain tokusatsu heroes, of like Ultraman isn't known to be talkative, he isn't known to be quippy. But then in like literally episode 1 of Ultraman 1966, at like the 5 or 10 minute mark, you see Ultraman introduce himself and talk to like the host and be like, I am Ultraman, I yada 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 yada, you know. So like
Apologies, but
it's
you have died.
yeah, that. And then Ultraman Z talks a lot, Ultraman Taiga talks a lot, Blazar grunts a lot, and hosts have been quippy during their Ultraman forms before. So
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a weird thing to get mad about, or a weird thing to think about when we like the trailer, you know, like it's a fun trailer. I thought I didn't have any issue. I didn't really think about the quippiness until like it was brought up that night when I finally saw it. But personally, I loved it. It was a really, really good trailer. I'm really excited for it. I will be there watching it illegally because it's on Netflix, and I will love it.
How dare
Maybe people are
you?
just maybe people are just surprised because for the last 18 episodes we've just been stuck with an Ultraman who just. So it's kind of weird to go to a guy that just speaks normal English to
Yeah.
everyone.
It's
Also,
also.
did you
sorry.
hear getting a Japanese dub? And it's gonna be Joe Gokaiger.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wait, who? Wait, what? Repeat that for me one more
Gokai
time.
Blue.
Gokai Blue! Yes! I love
Mhm.
Gokai Blue. I think he's going to do really well in it, honestly. I'm excited. Anyway.
So the big question is, do you think When do you think he's going to appear in the next Ultra Galaxy fight?
Let's see. It took the American Ultraman like 10 years to appear again.
Oh god.
But now they're accounting for this, I think, right? They probably already are making a suit.
Right? That's so weird. Like they even made the Netflix Ultraman into like real life suits.
Gridman, the anime
And
Gridman.
Gridman. And Dynazenon too.
The Gridman, Dynazenon, Gridnight. Gridman is 2 live action forms for his anime suits. So
Jeez. I'll say like not this next Ultra Galaxy fight, but the following one they'll have the Ultraman Rising suit.
I'm expecting it, to be honest. Also, this is a good way to get like American viewers or people who are not necessarily in the Tokusatsu bubble to watch it as well, because it's one that's on Netflix with the other show, but it will get more people to watch it, and it will broaden the horizons of people's minds.
Absolutely. I've had people talk about the net anime Ultraman that's already out, but I have to clarify that it has nothing to do with the past Ultraman except like the first one, and it's its own thing, and it's not necessarily Ultraman-ish. There's Ultraman elements, but it's not like the Ultraman that most of us know. So I think this Ultraman Rising will definitely introduce a lot of new people too.
Yeah, it'll be good. And
Live Thomas reaction.
Live Thomas reaction.
Thomas, you've been stuck like that for like the past minute.
Thomas.
Do you have Thomas the Tank Engine over there in the
Yes.
British Isles?
Of course we do. Do we have Thomas the Tank Engine in the British Isles? Wait, is Thomas the Tank Engine British?
Thomas and the Fat Controller.
It's British!
And...
It's a British TV show. What do you mean do we have it in the British
Oh my gosh.
Isles?
New meme, Thomas the Tank Engine is British people's One Piece. Because Doctor Who is your common writer. Thomas is your One Piece.
Marcus pulling up Twitter as he says this.
Moving on. But yeah, that is the news round, I guess, for this week. There wasn't really much, was there? As you said before.
There really wasn't anything else. I went and I looked and I'm like, I mean, it's just like rumor stuff, but
yeah,
I don't know if we want to discuss. Guys, guess what? Gotchard is getting a new toy.
Ooh.
No way.
It's true.
How many?
How many?
Oh, God.
At least 3 new belts.
There are so many. Anyway, shall we go on to Marcus's game of the week?
Okay, so last time's game was guess the price. This time we're going to guess the rating, since we're going to talk about the highs and lows of our tokusatsu.
Oh, no.
So this is going to go over both Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, and to give you a middle ground of how these things go, Kamen Rider Kuga's average rating was 9.7% when it first aired, or by the time it finished airing, and by the time the first Super Sentai Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger aired, its average rating was 16.1%.
16.1%.
So remember, the ratings go by how much they're viewed. So, for example, very generally, 16.1% of Japan watched Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger during its airing.
Gosh, okay.
So this is TV ratings, you know, it's not going to count for streaming, it's not going to count for online views either. So with that said, the next average I'm going to give you is Ryu Soldier, its average rating was 2.6%, and Kamen Rider Gio's average rating was 3%.
Wait,
so
Gio was what? Sorry, I'm making notes so I know. What was Gio again?
Gio's was 3%.
3%? And what was Real Soldier? Real Soldier's was
2.6%.
2.6. Gosh, okay. 2.6% for a real soldier. Wow.
That explains why people don't like it, because none of them have seen it.
It's so true. So true. But to be honest,
Got 'em.
I'm not surprised about Go Ranger 16.1. I'm not surprised about that, really.
A lot of these might surprise you, so let's go with
No.
Is it closest?
what was Deno's average rating?
Oh, God.
Kamen Rider Deno, the very beloved
Going
train.
What did
The
you say,
future?
Thomas?
Who's going
Thomas.
first?
Oh.
Okay.
Thomas.
I'll go 8%.
I see.
I'm gonna put-
Stroking my beard.
I'm going to say 7.5.
Ooh.
Eza's was closest. Deno's average rating was 6.9%.
Oh, I'll take that.
Dang.
That's a win for the Kez. Well, for this round anyway.
So
Normally I
what's
do so badly on these episodes, so give me this win. Moving on.
Let's go for a very popular one, at least in Western circles, a very popular season. Let's go with Kamen Rider Gaim. Its average rating.
Ooh. Average.
Eza first.
Fuck.
You.
This is like TV as well. It's not streaming or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Dab.
say. Well, the thing is, from looking at the numbers already that you've given us, views are going down generally. Starting with Go
Yeah.
Ranger with 16.1, and they're just going down, 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 down. So I'm gonna say 6.5.
It's a pretty good guess. Thomas.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say 5.
Oh.
Thomas was closer. This one was
Yeah.
5.9%.
5.9.
Dang.
Oh wait,
Unlucky.
sorry. 5.2. 5.2.
I was gonna say that I would be closer at that point, wouldn't I?
Yeah, I
That
was thinking
No,
Kaz was closer, but I was gonna say.
No, I was thinking. I was just like,
yeah,
I was like,
Thomas is closer.
okay, one each.
Wow, that's crazy. You would think Gaim would be a little higher up there, but or at least closer to
Geo would be pretty
Deno.
high.
Yeah, right.
This
Because
Anniversary.
That's why I went with like
Well,
a 6.5 or something, or for 5.
speaking of anniversary,
Oh
Zen
no!
Oh
Kaiger.
no.
Ooh, Zenkaiger.
All right, Thomas.
29%. Or no.
Huh?
Wait,
29.
actually, I'll go 2.9%.
Okay, and has a chi.
You gotta represent.
I would say. What did you say, Thomas? Sorry.
2.9.
2.5.
Wow,
Toxic.
Thomas, I thought you would have this one. Zen Kaiger's like your thing. It's
That's a viewer
2.3.
2.3.
I was so close. This guy's a what down.
The thing is,
Wait.
I almost went 3. I almost was like, oh, I think it's slightly popular than I'm thinking it will be, so I'll go 3.
no.
But then, just looking at the trajectory of everything else, I was just like, go down, bed down, which is a shame.
Do you think
That's
it could
silly.
be because all of it's on, like, this? They actually have streaming for this stuff now too, like the same day.
It's. I think it's
Ah.
because less people just are watching TV in general.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually makes so much more sense. What, is there any more, or did I
Okay.
win?
Last one.
Oh, God.
Last one. Tiebreaker. And by tiebreaker, I mean, I don't know, tie.
I've got 2.
Maker.
He got
I was gonna
1.
if
How
I
is this
win,
a
I still
tiebreaker?
Tie maker. Thomas, make this a tie.
Oh.
I make it.
Okay. How about one that people don't generally like? Like
Ooh.
Kamen Rider
Okay,
Decade.
Decade. I thought people liked
No.
Decade.
Okeza.
No?
I
Oh,
have no
okay.
idea.
Has a G.
I already watched the
Okay,
shows.
Carrie.
I don't know anything about the insides knowledge of anything.
Who's going
Go
first?
ahead.
Decade. Do I go for the extreme?
Yes.
I think 1.5.
I was gonna say 1.
Whoa.
I'll say 1.
Dang,
feel
you guys are
mean.
gonna be super surprised.
Oh, it's gonna be like 10%, isn't it?
So remember, for reference, Gaim that everyone loves is 5.2, Geo is 3, but Decade had an average rating of 8%.
Are you kidding? What did I say? Everybody
really
loved it.
It was the anniversary thing.
It was the anniversary thing.
It was the anniversary thing.
8%. So I won. 1 week.
Congrats.
1 week. I did
Yay.
it. The first ever week I won.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. We should be sponsored. But what's that food thing?
HelloFresh.
Hello
HelloFresh.
Fresh.
Here at Tomkatsu, we love eating food, but more importantly, we love preparing healthy food. And you can too, with code hellofresh.com/Tomkatsu for 15% off your next order. Order now.
Just say we could get sponsored by tokutrash.tv.
Toku Trash TV down in the description. Shall we move on to the actual main topic of today's episode then? It is the gripes and loves of tokusatsu. Because there's so many TV shows under the umbrella term of tokusatsu, but there's also many hates, and dislikes, and grievances, but also a lot of love and passion that we have for these shows. So I'm going to ask you guys one question. What is your first gripe of tokusatsu shows? And this is from any TV show. If it's over multiple TV shows, up to you. Let's start with Thomas. Thomas, what is your first grievance, gripe, hatred of Toku?
I didn't write down any actual gripes.
That's okay.
yet.
Just come up with your first idea.
I got one.
Okay.
So I guess specific to modern Kamen Rider, I guess, bothering me a lot recently, is when a form change in Kamen Rider is not like important or is not like impactful.
Ooh,
But like to
okay.
explain, like the big example in recent years for me was like Revice, where those first form changes, the Vice stamps, were just nothing. Like Eagle, the Eagle form, he gets in episode 2. It's his first form change into show. It's literally just thrown at him from Daiji, and he transforms into it, and it's just a fight, and that's it. There's nothing else beyond that. So it's like, oh yeah, that was to sell a toy. It's like there's nothing interesting with that. And Outrage has kind of been doing it too, with stuff like the Dokiri Wajin form, where like it's a whole suit, but he just gets thrown the cards by Rin. Like some of these forms are they do have impactful. Like most of the suits are actually impactful, and they save just like the one-off forms for the CG things. I think that works. But there are a couple moments where it's like a full suit, but it's just like a 10-second like attack in the episode for it to be repainted next week, and it's just kind of weird to me. I'm like,
yeah.
so.
There's a lot of making forms and making things for toy sales, and it hurts because you realize how much of the show is now just for toy sales.
Yeah, I don't even mind,
yeah.
like, especially in Gotchard, because they have to get like 50 forms represented in some way.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact some of the actual suits are just, or actually Venom Dake too. Like it had like Rin just throws. Most of these are just Rin throwing the cards at him. He throws the cards at him, for 2 cards he did not actually acquire, I think, or no, he got one of them. And then he uses it in the belt, and then he does like an attack, and then he switches to another form for the big like insert song fight of the episode, and it's like, what was the point of the other form then? I mean, to sell a toy, but I guess I would say
Yeah.
that's like honestly my biggest gripe with like current rider, just like not even too many riders or forms, just like some of these don't
The
feel
reasoning,
like they matter,
yeah.
but they kind of do.
One form change I think of when you said that, and like the payoff for it was in Kamen Rider W, where they have Extreme, and they have the form change because of they can't. Their power is overloading the W belt, so they have to have a form change for that. There's a reason to the form change,
Exactly.
which was like Kamen Rider Double was just really, really good, and I really, really enjoyed it. And especially with that form change, I was just like, that's nice. Also, because it had like not bromance, sorry, it had like drama for them to change and have the form change. So, like, that's a good example of a
Male
form
drama.
change. Male drama.
That's his favorite.
I love it. Anyway, what are your thoughts on that, Marcos? Do you agree or
I have no thoughts.
always? No thoughts in this head.
I can go either way. I don't mind the form changes. I do agree that they should be more important, but otherwise, I don't mind.
Fair. But to be honest, like Tokusatsu is all about the powers, it's all about the forms, it's all about armored guys wrestling. So if there's more forms
And women. Come on, Kessa.
and women, which is one of my gripes I'm going to bring up, obviously, but I'll bring it after I'm the host. I have to ask the questions before I put my own thoughts
Oh, okay.
out there. So, Marcos, what is your gripe that you want to bring forward as the first gripe?
It's kind of similar to Thomas's, but I'm more specifying. I don't like CGI forms. I want to see I want to see a suit on screen. I want to see the tokusatsu element of it, the practical element of it. So like the sponsor writers were I didn't like really their CGI forms. I watched Garo Makai Senki recently, and they had a lot of suits on there, but they were mostly CGI, and I did not like that. There was this really cool one that I thought could have been an actual practical suit, but it was all CGI for the entire show, and I did not like that. So I just prefer more practicality to tokusatsu. I know kaiju films recently are all CG, but I still, if it's like a Henshin Hero show, I want to see a suit.
Yeah, I can see that. Also, shout out to Garo. I don't think people talk about Garo enough.
Right,
To have a
Thomas?
Garo episode.
Say again?
To have a Garo episode. We talk about Garo.
Oh, sorry. I was just like, what? We should talk about Garo. Yes, a Garo episode for sure.
I have to watch one first.
Yeah, I was
but,
gonna say you have no idea.
I was gonna ask a follow-up question for Marcos. How do you feel about non-humanoid forms that are practical, like the gun in Gotchard, or the I guess Inu brother too, when he's a puppet.
What about Kijino? Oh, okay, never mind.
Well, he's like a real man, so
He's a real boy.
but he's not CG. He's a man.
It's okay. I still prefer full practicality to this stuff.
Okay.
Wait, I need to add something to that thing about Kiji brother. Sometimes they do actually have his form, his like real human suited form in some shots when it's
That's
just the top bit. Like, I don't
That's
understand.
what I meant because of like when it's Inu Brothers practical, he's
a puppet.
or he's like the guy on his legs with a helmet on, and they crop the shot. So
It's silly, but yeah.
yeah, I would agree. Kind of. I do agree. When they do CG forms, they always do like they're just super extravagant things. Like it's not like I guess with Garo, what you're saying, that would just be those could have been suits. At least in like from Toei stuff, if it's a CG form, it's like a big frog creature. They can't really make a practical version of that. So, but like I guess Dawn Brothers, they could have tried to
Ribbit.
do full practical. So Ribbit.
Ribbit? Ribbit.
Ribbit.
Anything else you want to add to that, Marcos, or can I go on to my gripe? Because I have a lot
You
to
didn't
say.
say if you agree or disagree.
Oh, I agree that like it's nice to have like the physical action there because then you can really see it for what it's worth. And sometimes the quality of like CGI ranges is a little bit I don't want to be mean. Sometimes it looks bad. For example, Inu Brother. Like the example is itself, really. But there was a lot of like CGI forms in Revice, if I remember correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the dinosaur.
Yeah, those suck.
Those were so weird.
Yeah.
Those really suck because they don't need to exist. Like it's not an actual form for them. It's just like, hey, we'll put in a CG thing for this form.
We can combine
Why?
in the
Because like I
weirdest
think
way.
there are a lot of fights where that's the finisher. Like they turn into the CG creature and then they do a finisher, and it's like, but we had the cool Kuga suit. You could have just had that do a kick.
What do you think about
Yeah.
Gotcha turning into the bug then every once in a while? Into his
Oh.
grasshopper form.
I think like he does that and then he turns back into a normal Gotcha
To do
and then he does the kick.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's not
There's
really that bad.
There's no point to it though.
I think the
Sell
most
the
popular CG form people would rather have as an actual suit is the rabbit dragon
Rabbit dragon.
friendship form, gay form from Build
Gay form.
in the final battle. Yeah.
I was actually
Yeah,
thinking
that
of that
one.
because I have my rabbit bottle over there and I look at that, I was like, oh, that is a CG form.
Yeah. Would have been way better as an actual suit. They could have spray painted
Also-
like an old like action suit or something. Yes.
Yeah. And then I also just remembered they've been doing this with Sentai Mecha a lot recently as well.
Mm-hmm. Dawn Brothers.
Then
King Oger.
Go-
Live Thomas reaction.
Huh? Hey. That's a hair noise. Hey.
I don't think King Gojo has a whole. Oh no, Tarantula Knight. Never mind. Six Ranger Mechas CG entirely. So yeah, Sentai's been having a weird uptick in CG
Yeah.
robots, which is, I would agree, that's where I think if I had to pick, that's where I'd be like most disappointed because that's a thing. We've seen you make physical suits like that. We know you can do this. So that's where now we
Yeah.
can't do this. So.
Yeah.
I think they want to make them look more like gamey, I guess. Like well, like a game. Oh, not gamey as in 'cause that's a different meaning, but you know what I mean. They want it to look.
I don't know. I
Just
mean,
move on.
like in Zenkaiger and Dawn Brothers, it's because it's like it's higher tier. Like your bigger suits. I guess they just didn't want to put that pressure on someone's body. Then they did it in King Gojo. So.
There was a few moments in Deca Ranger / SPD where the mecha would do like flips and stuff, and it was CG,
yeah.
of course. And that was always looking weird to me. Well, even in Dawn Brothers and King Oger, when they would switch between CG and practical, because you know the practical suit would not be able to do any of this stuff. So it's just really jarring to see the difference. Right, Mochi? Right.
Can I go into my gripe then?
Yes.
I can already
Maybe.
hear everybody going, "Oh, the woman's talking about woman things." But I named this "Male's Main, Female's Lame." That's what it feels like when you are a woman in Toku. Every other Toku, every Toku show is always talking about how males are like strong and amazing, and the females I've been writing a video about this, so I have seen a lot about this. But it's infuriating. That's
She's
my
done her
main
research.
gripe. I've done my research. In Garo, there's Garo Knights, which are all men, and then Garo Priests, which are mainly females with also a few men. But priests, if you're a female, can't be a Makai Knight. Same in Kamen Rider. They can be Kamen Riders, but mainly once they've been discovered to be female or they're already known to be female, then they are weak and or can't be a Kamen Rider. And I won't say too much, but like it's just my main ick with Tokusatsu, and it's getting me down. Okay, there you go.
I don't think Thomas and I are able to go into Thomas's reaction is already like
Live Thomas reaction. Thomas is having a bad day, guys. Okay, hello,
I don't know
welcome back.
what's happening.
Your Wi-Fi is just having a little bit of
If I die, you can just keep talking. Don't
Okay.
even worry about it.
But I know that bringing that into this is a controversial take because obviously you guys are males, but I think we're in a safe space, and I think I can trust you guys to not be mean to me as a woman.
I will not disagree because I think what you're saying is right. Because I haven't seen. Marcus can maybe give some insight because I haven't seen Fies, Kamen Rider Fies. But allegedly, there's like a similar thing in Fies where girls try to transform. They can't, and the reason is
Yeah.
girls.
There's a lot of shows where that's the case. They can't because they're physically
yeah.
female. And it's like...
here you go from
Huh?
Drive.
I was gonna say Kamen Rider Drive Kiriko.
There is one
Yeah.
show. I think I can't remember which one it was. It's in my research, but the research is like 30, 40 pages long at this point. There is one Kamen Rider that is a mysterious, unknown person, and they don't know who they are. And once they are discovered, it is discovered that they are female. And this rider has been kicking butt, answering no questions, taking names, taking lives, doing all this shit. And then as soon as they become known to be female, they suddenly get ill and die. As soon as they are discovered to be female.
Ryuki.
I think it might be Ryuki, yeah. No, I don't think it's Ryuki Femme. But I can't remember. I'll put the name of the series on the screen once I've discovered which one it is. It's there.
Hibiki had something similar.
There's a lot of females that die in Kamen Rider, though. There's a lot of females that die in Kamen Rider.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Yeah. But we don't have to talk about this too much, but that is my main gripe. The fact
let's
that...
talk about it more.
Because there's also the
Let's
Curse
talk
of the
about it.
Kamen Rider. Like, Curse of the Female Kamen Rider. Have you guys heard of that? And it's like, it's
Yeah.
the writing. It's not necessarily the fault of the actress. It's mainly the fault of the writer.
It's never the fault of the actress.
It's never the fault of the actress. It's always the fault of the writer. And it's just unfortunate. Like, it really bugs me. So...
Excuse me.
To ask, do you think it's gotten better in recent years with Kamen Rider?
I think it has slightly. However, I think there's still issues. Because, like, I asked Marco, talking about Marco quite a lot in this podcast today, but I asked Marco, like, do you think it's a cultural thing? Like, because women have, like, a specific role in Japanese history, like in the role of the house and stuff. Not as much in the West, but it's very much part of their culture in like ancient Japan. But like I asked Marco this. I was just like, do you think it's a cultural thing? And she was like, honestly, I think it's just a writer thing. Like every culture will have their own opinions on women, but I think it's mainly a writing thing. But to answer your question, has it gotten better? It's complicated. Because like even with Kamen Rider, oh my god, Kamen Rider Geats, we had Neon going all the way to the end, but she had that whole like thing in the middle where she had to leave and come back. But she didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of riders die also
True.
in that show, so...
But then, yeah, Letter dies.
Yeah,
the
Letter dies.
Second woman writer in the show dies
Yeah.
within 10 seconds of on screen.
Yeah, that was annoying. Honestly, that
Yeah.
was annoying. But it...
One thing, at least in Kamen Rider, is it's interesting. They've, at least in a toy manufacturing sense, before it seemed like if there was a girl writer, they would try to pack it in with someone else's toy because they knew it wouldn't sell.
Oh yeah.
They thought it wouldn't sell. So like Valkyrie in
That's a shame.
in 01, Valkyrie in 01, her progress key is packed in with like a part of the belt. So it's like, oh, if you want that, get the belt. Lightning Horde is its own thing, but I guess by that point they're like, people can decide whether or not they want this. But then you get to like Sabala in Saber and Jean and Aguilera in Revice, and they've got their own unique transformation devices. That's not a remold or a repaint of anyone else's, and it's sold on its own. The issue is they're all premium Bandai, so
Yes. Just
that
not how
issue is still kind of prevalent. But then like each kind of hits a middle point where everyone has the same transformation device. So it's not really like, oh, Neon's using someone else's belt. They all do that. And then like her beat buckle is like the first toy in the toy line to have like its own electronics. And like she's featured prominently on the box. She's like the unique user of this form. So it's like, I don't know. Like it seems like maybe they're putting more faith into
Hopefully.
female writers, but then
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely better than it was.
We'll have to see how Rin is handled, I think. In if when she becomes a writer, because there is like a non-zero chance they count her as the secondary. I feel.
Ooh, interesting.
I mean, I feel like she's more important to the story and everything than Spanner.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I feel like if she becomes a writer, she kind of fits more into the secondary writer role than Spanner when he becomes a writer.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh.
We'll have to see with that.
Talking about Rin, sorry, you just mentioned this, and it's something that kept on coming up in when I was watching the show. When he got the belt, I was just like, why? Why? I didn't feel like he deserved it. And I think maybe I was alone in that. I can't be too sure.
No, I was
like,
kind of in the same boat.
I was just like, why? he was
that
the
yesterday's
one.
episode?
No, this is like episode 1. When he got the belt first, I was just like, why? And also because like what happened in the episode was like she was like, I'm going to fight. I need to fight because this is my role as an alchemist. And I was just like, yeah, she's being brave. She's like, yeah. And then she gets pushed out the way because he goes, no, you gotta run. Pushes her out the way. And then is like gone. And then he gets the belt. And I'm like, he was the one trying to push her away and run away and say it's unsafe. But she was the one who was just like, I'm going to fight because this is my role as an alchemist. I was just like, give her the belt. Why are you giving it to him? Anyway.
I think I had the exact same thought process watching the episode. I think I said that in my review.
Where do you think, Marcus? Or do you disagree?
No,
Not with the gripe,
I agree with
but...
everything.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's, I mean, as a guy, I can only sympathize with the feeling, but I understand. As a guy, I can see that the female writers have been being pushed aside, and the female writer curse of dying. Like the very first female writer was, I think, in like, aside from Ryuki, was also Ryuki. She dies, and in Hibiki, their female writer, their only one, dies, and and when other female writers are brought up, they're just pushed to the side. But I also want to say that I don't think it's a story writer thing. I think it's more so even higher up than that, because Yasuko Kobayashi is a female writer. She wrote for like O's, and this other one I forgot. This little known show called Conrad Deno,
Ah.
and and
What was the rating on that? Like, what was it? 2.9?
It wasn't very
six
high.
Oh, 6, yeah.
6.9.
That's alright.
Yeah, but and I think in Deno the female writers were pretty, or the female characters were pretty good. For the most part, there are some issues with it, but I know for sure that is not on Kobayashi's fault. I'm pretty sure someone higher up told her to step a bit back on some of the female characters, on some of the lady characters, because there are some really good moments between the female characters and the women in all the shows that she writes, but you just know something has to take a step back, and it's usually those characters.
Unfortunately.
There's also
Um,
a weird thing in Deno that I thought of when I was watching it, where they say like the Deno belt can only be used by a singular point, which Otaro is. That's why
Mhm.
Ryotaro. Otaro. That's why he's
Yeah,
Deno.
Tara.
But then
Yeah.
Hana or Hana, is that her name? I
Hana, I
forgot.
think.
Hana.
The main girl, she's also a singular point, and she was on the train for years. I was just like
Mhm.
watching Deno, and I was just like, why couldn't she be Deno? She could have been Deno at some point, right? And they never really address it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah. Can I also bring Kiva into the conversation ever so slightly? Because, like, I was writing this and researching this, and it really bugged me. I was just like, so the two daughters, the mother-daughter pair, Yuri and Megumi, have the Ixa belt. And they are, like, trained professionals. They are soldiers. They have been training all their lives. They got revenge on their mind because both their mothers died. And it's, like, this whole big thing. But every single time they get to... they are using it or something, they're too weak or emotional, and it's something that they have to really think about to learn by. But then the guys go in, try it, and what was it, his name? Nago. Is it Nago, the guy? Yeah, he absolutely loses his mind one episode. He loses one battle, loses his mind, goes really emotional, but then is still given a power-up. Because he got over his emotions, but he didn't even get over them. He just got the power up as an additional incentive to keep going. But he lost his mind. The girls never lost their mind in that way. Yes, they were upset when something bad happened, but this guy went on an emotional roller coaster for several episodes, but got a power up instead.
this is just another example of why Kiva sucks. I mean, I haven't seen it.
True.
No, the thing is, I really liked Kiva when I watched it. I really liked the mythological bit and the demons and the vampires and the bats. But then when I was reading this, I was like, oh, this is actually really painful.
Did you know that's another Toshiki Inui show that he wrote?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really
moment.
painful. It's just,
A new moment.
yeah. Kind of like going back to this idea though, cosplaying as a female character is so limiting because I want to be a Kamen Rider. I want to get the suits. I want to get the helmets. It's easier to become a Sentai character or just do casual outfits, but then it's just not as impactful. And I'm like, I want to be marvelous. I want to dress up as like Kiva. I want to get like up in arms with Garo. Imagine a Garo cosplay. That'd be cool as heck.
Yeah, those are crazy.
But like, if I had to choose a female character, I would rather choose a male character because some of them are written so badly, or they haven't got good suits to begin with. But anyway, that is just...
That's me.
That's my main gripe. Anyway.
We move on to something we like.
Yes, I feel a
Spend
lot
of time on
better.
things we don't like.
I feel a lot
Oh,
better after
sorry,
getting all of that out, though.
I also don't have too much more time.
Oh.
My family's coming over, so let's
Should we just do a quick
Okay.
loves?
Okay, I love
Yes.
Thomas.
Ah,
Guess I have to say I love Marcos now.
Wait, hold on. Can we make a heart? Wait.
you are above each other,
For
so
me,
that
I have
won't
to do it
work.
over here.
Oh. 'Cause-
Wait. If I go to if I do this, go that way, Marcos, with the heart. Thomas, go that way with the heart. No, the other way. Sorry, the other way.
This way?
Yeah, go down slightly, Thomas.
That's what she said.
Down, down, down.
Thomas, go
going
down.
Thomas, go down. Further down.
Thomas, go down.
There you go. Pause that.
How-
No, there we go. There we go.
I went down.
There you go. Ah. Fire. We did just kind of talk about what we hated about the episode, didn't we? About Toku. Shall we do another episode where we talk about what we like about the Toku?
Or we could do rapid fire what we like.
Okay. I like the companions
Okay.
and friends along the way. That's what
I like the companions and friends along
Shut
the
up.
way.
Up. No, I'm joking.
Heza, we just
Um,
talked about friendship, and now you're being mean to me.
But you were copied me. Thomas, what
I
about
was
you?
gonna say I like when character yells and screams like, "No, I'll stop you!" and then a new toy appears, and then they can get a new form or something. I really like when a character has a sword. They run up to a bad guy, and they slash the bad guy, and then sparks come off of the bad guy.
Oh.
That's like
That's hot.
I think that is like the tokusatsu element to me. It's like it's just a sword slash, and you just have physical blah everywhere. No blood, just
sparks.
That
Just
is
sparks.
that is the thing, and I think they did that in King Gojo recently, and it was
Mwah.
very nice, very nice. They're just slashing, and everyone's sparking.
Everyone's sparking.
Everyone's sparking.
Okay, my last two loves then. Broken helmet scenes. Broken helmet scenes are beautiful and full of drama, and I love them. And then my last love.
They don't do enough of them.
They
Jesus.
don't do enough of them. I want more. Give me more of
No,
their drama.
They really don't do them anymore.
No. And then my final love, which let's say all together, the bromance.
Oh yeah, the bromance.
I didn't
The
know.
romance.
Let them be gay, everybody.
indication
Let
of
them be
something.
gay.
Yay.
That's all I'm gonna say. Let them be gay.
I won't disagree.
Thank you. Any other thoughts from you guys, or are we happy to move on? Happy to go. Oh shoot! I didn't change the
like-
screen. Oh, okay.
I like when suits big.
Suits big. Fair.
No, not big. I like when suits. Actually, I do like when suits big. When they do like a Maxima Mighty thing, just
Oh.
so like we don't want to make a big CG thing. Do a huge mecha for. That's what you're doing on Gotthard today.
I like when there's cool shots in Tokusatsu.
Absolutely. And on that note, shall we end it here then? And now the roll call. Chicken no power. Tomkatsu yellow.
Red no power. Tomkatsu red.
Just like a lily pad going down the stream, I transform into Kamen Rider Frog. Wait, Frog no power, Tomkatsu green.
And we are Tomkatsu.
That was awkwardly paced.
We'll go with it.